messed up here. Bright day outside. It's okay. Yes. Yes. Welcome to the video. Jumping right in. Nasal sprays. Brand name Nosefed Ultra.
I see you're here again. Off-sign, man. Did I mention getting us into the church would help?
Saw a sticker on the padlock. Can you tell me anything about it?
A sticker? You mean the yellow one? Can you describe it to me?
Interesting. He wants you to describe it, though he already knows what it looks like.
Okay, it's a yellow circle, the human face, X's for eyes, and a smile underneath. I think the X's mean the guy's dead.
Good. What did you want to know?
What makes the sticker so modern?
Simplicity was brought to us by a classical soul artist, modernism, but that was a tasteful, harmonious simplicity, right? Well, hardcore is not tasteful or outwardly harmonious. It's a warning shot. This will be dangerous. The echo of man's loss, haunting him. The sticker, the clothes, the music, same thing.
Come up with this stuff by yourself?
Not alone. Many people are thinking the same thing right now. There's a gathering at the Elysium. The beat is the same for all.
Was I right? Is the dead guy smiling?
Yes, you're the 23rd person to get it right. And I've asked 23 people.
23.
Looks like it's a dead guy smiling to the entire human race.
Why do you think that's
We're
so?
all the same. Same eyes, same smiles, same death.
Okay, what does it mean?
He defeated history. We are living in the age of history, and in the eyes of history, we are always already dead. How can we ever smile then? Because history is a lie, and so are its deaths. The present moment and life are the hardcore. The hardcore expels death. Or maybe he's not dead. Maybe he's just really ecstatic about the beats.
I'm thinking maybe the smiling dead guy is a symbol for communism. It's also dead but doesn't care.
Yeah, that interpretation holds. I guess one could write an entire treatise on the thing. But what for?
What about now? Are the sine waves all right now?
Nah. Still strongly out of sync. Stage gamma disalignment. You heard me.
The young man with the tape.
This is hardcore. Hardcore!
Say nothing.
Hardcore to the mega.
Say nothing.
Internally coherent.
I was wondering if you knew who killed the mercenary hanging behind the World Geeks Hotel.
Good morning, yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yakokata, the place to be.
Said that before. What's this Yakatata place supposed to be? What does it mean?
Yakokata is a hardcore place.
Yekokata is an abbreviation from the Gradian term, Zone of Ecological Catastrophe, an agricultural megaproject in the extreme southeast of the Gradian Isola. It involved cutting-edge approaches to irrigation and a completely new type of fertilizer. An intricate system of irrigation networks pockmarking the earth, intermittent seas of phosphorus mud, ripped tarpaulin fluttering in the wind. A pair of molten rubber boots also comes to mind. All in all, a truly hardcore place.
Hi again. So, How are things going?
I know Noid has his signs, but what's the deal with Egghead there?
He's a quiet man, mostly communicates through music, and by being a master of ceremonies.
What's Master of Ceremonies?
You know, a host, a declaimer of slogans. He's a performer, gets the people going.
Interesting, sire. A bit like you then. An MC for short.
How do you communicate with him?
Well, he's just kind of here. I don't really know how to communicate with him.
Have you ever really talked to him?
Yeah, sometimes. When I stumble and find my way into his centre, you have to hear a lot of hardcore to the mega first though.
The man smiles mysteriously, choosing to let the beat speak for itself. I get it. He's a puzzle.
Oh. About the church, I checked it out.
What happened?
I talked to the crab man.
Oh man, who is he? What did you think?
Seemed okay, to be honest. Very spiritual.
Really? Huh. Interesting. What's he doing in the church?
Just preaching and praying from the looks of it.
No matter. Is he going to be a problem? Yeah, Noid is right. Let's get back to the point. What are we going to do about him?
These guys will never catch him. You will never catch him. There's nothing to do.
Actually, he told me he wouldn't mind the nightclub at all.
I don't know, man. Doesn't it feel like a major hindrance to you? A spooky guy climbing around when all the guests are trying to have nice, friendly hyper time?
You're just gonna have to live with the crab man. Or don't worry, I don't think he really gives a damn about you or anyone else.
I guess it's not a massive problem, now that I think of it.
Everyone is welcome to dance till the morning light. Yeah!
Maybe. I guess we'll figure something out. Okay, but what about the other spooker? The one in Grandma's clothes? Did you see her?
I didn't see the other spooker, just some machines.
But she's in there somewhere. Has to be. Have you tried investigating the machines? Anyway, do let us know if you see her.
That's it for now.
Always, we'll be right here.
Okay. So. A few things I have to do. And the day is kind of catching up on us. I guess we can try fast traveling some places, huh? I love just Kuno's right front and center there. What the heck is happening here? See, there's more to this place. Like, what is this? How do I even get there? The fisherman's shacks? Here's that house that it doesn't sound like I'll be able to get into. I guess I could give the bird to the one guy. I really wish I could get the pry bar. Does this add time? No, it's instant, right? Or did that take time? I'm not sure.
I see you found yourself a little something from my wardrobe. Not bad, not bad at all. What brings you here? Bye-bye, Jean-Paul.
Woo! Chow Granny in the house. What's up, Chow Granny? How you doing? Happy Thursday.
Can I help you?
Gert, I found a new bird for the whirling.
What is this thing?
I want to apologize for breaking the great skua by bringing you this ruffled goose.
Okay, well, this is actually a nice bird. A competent piece of taxidermy.
Chili willing.
I can fix it to the plaque and have a new bird.
Exercise is about to run.
So,
Pretty good.
Thank you. I'm going to go with thank you.
Disco's going well. I just handed this guy a stuffed bird.
People just don't know how to accept gifts, especially taxidermy. He likes it. He likes the bird. It solves his broken bird problem.
I feel good about our work here today. It's all about the little things, like bringing people random stuffed animals.
It's not actually about that, but he liked it.
I'm doing good. Been getting stuff done. Took my car into the shop yesterday, so had a little bill to pay, but no problem. Been doing cleaning, a lot of cleaning around the house and organizing stuff. You know, stuff that's sometimes neglected. Probably. I'm not sure yet. I'll definitely let you know once that's figured out.
I've got nothing to say to you.
What did this person want? Yeah, I hope that was good. Did you have a good time? Is Albert doing well? Oh, the chimney. Oh no. Yeah, that's really... unfortunate to hear. Okay, so everybody's kind of starting to get a little bit better. Not masking in the common areas.
An old call box with a East Delta Commerce Center. This must be the name of the doomed commercial area. Silence. No one answers.
Getting tested today. No symptoms, want to be sure. Yeah. Been testing over here recently too.
The bear's eyes are still glowing red. It's guarding over the freezing corpse hidden inside its belly.
There's a lot of COVID. It's spreading all over the place.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black.
Physical instrument. I think there might be some physical instrument here. There we go. I think that was it. Yeah. What about tools? Yeah, COVID is frickin' everywhere right now. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make a little save.
Thick layer of coal dust covers the
72%.
coloring it. Something breaks loose in you. A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly cease. Then,
Hello?
you've awakened the entity.
Summon the ghost of this doomed commercial area. Answer me, spirit.
Hello? Did you say anything? I can't hear you. Please come upstairs. There's a safety curtain on the second floor. I'll open it.
You hear a low rumble upstairs. The sound of a curtain being pulled aside.
After you, officer.
Can still smear my hands with coal if I want to. Tray is full of dice, colorful polyhedral dice, hundreds of them. Candy dispenser has been repurposed to contain thousands of dice.
Hello, I'm Nia. Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Milius. So what kind of die are you looking for?
Could this be the malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with this masquerade for now. She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about the lynching.
Ooh, gonna run? Keep on lurking, child granny. Yeah, I think my bot died or something. But have a good run. Thanks for stopping in and chatting. Gonna talk to this dice maker and see if I can help solve some crimes. Hold on. What do you mean by milieux?
Yes, a Milius is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these. Mostly, They just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking.
Never mind, I'll be
As
back
you
later.
wish. Still
Okay, now I have to change my clothes a little bit. Okay. Maybe do that. So my jacket gives me logic. I'm going to get a little conceptualization on. Okay.
Oh, it's you again. Did you try knocking on my window before? Are you looking for a die?
Why are you asking me about dice?
I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
Role-playing games? You know role-playing games. Wirral Untethered. What else?
Sure, I like role-playing games and I need some dice.
Very good. My rate is 10 real per set, unless you want something really unusual. Take a look around and see if there's any particular stone you want to use.
The walls around her are covered with rows of precious stones and
It
minerals.
almost looks as if the stones and dice are a natural part of the room, growing out of the shells like stalagmites. This person means you, or no one else, absolutely no harm. She will answer freely and honestly. No falsehoods are present. She's a novelty dice maker and doesn't have anything to hide. Ask what you need.
How'd you become a dice maker?
How did I become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field with too much competition. Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dice out of cobalt. That was my first order. I grew it from there.
Do you like role-playing games yourself?
Not especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players as customers? They're nice people.
Some of those nice people have big bucks to spend on novelty items. She's thankful for the security they provide her.
Okay, I'd like to order a dice from you.
Of course. Tell me what you have in mind.
Do you have any cursed die?
What do you mean by cursed? Alright, how about I surprise you? Come back in 8 hours with 7 real, and I'll give you your cursed die. Maybe you have some other ideas for die?
I could just spend all of my money here at this dice maker. Tell me about your most extraordinary die.
Star that fell from the firmament? Those cost more than 7 real. Are you sure? Alright, maybe some other die then?
I'm looking for something to help with my work. Wirral Untethered.
Ah, yes. Fortress accident. It's too bad they never finished their game. The Wirral Untethered die is a variation of a standard role-playing die. Only, instead of plants, it uses motives of ice and death. And loss, of course.
Ice, death, loss. Sounds like you.
I'm thinking something made from alligator jawbone, cast in black resin. The reptile bone is as white as ice and dead as, well, death. For 7 real, I could have it ready in 8 hours.
What is standard role-playing
It's an
die?
icositetrahedron, a 24-sided die that can produce results for 2-sided, 3-sided, 4-sided, 6-sided, and 12-sided die with a single roll.
Hot diggity!
You can also use it for many other sizes, but you may need to reroll results.
Loving it. So nifty.
Why do you need to cast it in resin?
Untreated bone is porous and prone to chipping. Cast it in something hard like resin though, and voila, it's perfect.
For 7? Sure.
Great. See you in 8 hours then. Was there anything else?
Where are we anyway? What is this place?
We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know.
She looks at the ruddy bricks that make up the walls. Even though they've been repainted, there are still signs of coal black soot here and there.
But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus.
Plaisance was right. There's an entity living in the chimney. You should ask her about the curse.
Creative.
How did I become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler. Some of my friends were role players. I've grown crafty over the years. You will like your dice, I'm sure of it.
I've heard this place is cursed. Did you know that people called it the Doom commercial area?
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true.
Wait, how do you explain what happened to all those companies then?
It's just capitalism. We only hear about tales of success, so it's often surprising to realize how many ventures actually fail.
Plaisance is the one who sent me. She's convinced the place is swarming with malicious energies.
Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energies spared her somehow?
I don't know why the bookstore hasn't gone bankrupt yet. That's why I'm here to investigate.
Oh, right. But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the whirling in rags? Some people say it's part of the building complex.
Hold on, Whirling is part of the doomed commercial area?
You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the east of the Commerce Central project.
But it's a separate building. Malicious energies can't reach there.
And then there is me. I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it?
Maybe it's just because she's so talented that she's been able to woo the curse.
It's because you're competent and dedicated to your craft. The curse doesn't affect people like you.
What, so the curse only affects people with poor work ethics? What you're describing isn't a curse, it's capitalism.
Time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this psychic quest.
Honestly, I'm still not sure. This world is a puzzling place.
Is it now? I've always thought it's a rather mundane and boring place with no supernatural surprises in sight. Well, if you ever find a way to explain all those inconsistencies in the curse, let me know.
That's all she has to say on the subject. She's been thorough and truthful, as far as we can see. Plaisance is not going to like what you have to tell her.
You know what happened to the other tenants? Everyone else is gone.
More or less. Are you interested in anyone specific?
Oh, quite a lot of them spring to mind.
Used to be a hair salon here, right?
Yes, I think it was called Androgynous Orlando or something similar. They weren't a big hit around here. Turns out that working class men don't like genderless haircuts. They're scared of that word.
A bit of experimenting every now and then isn't bad.
I guess it just wasn't the time yet.
What happened to the gym?
It wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemiteps Boxing Club, a community project created to steer at-risk youth away from drugs and crime.
Who's
A
Artemiteps?
kind man from Zemsk. I heard he had some trouble with the law when he was younger, and that's why he wanted to start the gym, as his way of giving back.
Maybe that's what Kuno needs.
Kuno. Who's Kuno?
Indeed, who is Kuno? Your guess is as good as mine.
Oh yes, you mean the kid with the sailor's mouth. Yes, I've heard him yelling profanities in the backyard. I think it would take more than a gym to help that kid.
How did that community project work out?
It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse. At some point, someone started a rumor that the punching bag downstairs was full of amphetamines.
It's not really full of that. No one would store their drugs like that.
Eventually, the coalition took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful around the plaza ever since.
What's up with the broken windows?
Oh, this one's a mess. There used to be a company that promised to repair windows 24 hours a day. What could go wrong with this one, right? Turns out, the business was actually set up as a front for an illicit group that was producing snuff milieux. Who would have guessed?
What's the snuff milieu?
And they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my own.
Cool, very cool about the debris, but what's the snuff milieu?
It's a sub-Rosa radio station that broadcasts real murders with real victims. Some people pay good money to get off on it.
Nothing changes in her tone as she says that, as if it's just another piece of information to lay out for the world.
Don't worry, the ICP has a separate division that deals exclusively with unlicensed sub-roses. This isn't our problem.
Good luck with that. It's not easy catching those perpetrators.
Someone here makes stuffed animals? I saw a mouse laying around.
You mean Mr. Fabron, the taxidermist? No, he mostly just did drugs. Anything else?
Fun creepy mannequins.
There used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head designer's name. They were doing well for a couple of years, until the insect rights activists came.
Insect right activist? What in the name of?
The atelier produced a certain collection that used chitin among the materials. Apparently chitin is made in the Occident, where it's extracted from beetle wings. And you know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. The activists shut down the biggest chitin supplier, which of course caused the price to skyrocket. And, naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection.
Glad someone took care of the little guys. I like insects.
Really? Anyway.
Poor guy. Suddenly, you get a feeling that insects are important to the case somehow. It's hard to say why.
Gotta ask these questions, you know. What's with the rotor blades and
They
skis?
were made by a company called Slipstream. After they pivoted from making rotor blades to skis, their chief executive took off on a vacation with all their money. Honestly, I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out holiday transmissions from Tulula or Tiumotiri or Hashtkor or wherever he is.
Interesting. What do these transmissions say?
The usual, I imagine. That he's been thinking up all kinds of new business plans and can't wait to get started on them just as soon as he returns.
Men like that are a curse.
Sure, but Slipstream is history now. All their remaining assets got seized by the bailiffs in 47. I have no idea why those skis and blades are still lying around in the house. Not much use now, I guess.
They were just props. Why return them? Maybe you could make a sword out of one. No, wait, forget it. It would take too long.
On the building's intercom, but it's not working.
Right. I hope you didn't try to ring me. I think none of those doorbells work, including mine. I'm still in the middle of connecting the wires. Sorry about the confusion.
The doorbell with the empty name card must belong to her then.
So you're telling me the doorbell with the empty name card was yours?
Right. I haven't even written my name there. As I said, it's quite useless right now. It doesn't work yet.
You've been here for 14 years and you haven't put your name out front? I was wondering about the Whirling Rags. Is part of the same complex?
You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the East Delta Commerce Center project. That explains why you can call the Whirling from the intercom, albeit I doubt that anyone responds.
If the Whirling is part of the same building, then it's part of the Dune commercial area. The darkness of this place is there, too.
I saw the name East Delta Pinball on the doorbell.
Right. It used to be a gaming arcade. This is an ancient failure, before my time. I'm not surprised, however. My advice, don't base your business on a fad. Hypnotism, floriography, trick track, especially pinball.
Agreed. Pinball is the worst.
His disdain for pinball could not be clearer.
Strange thing happened when I tried calling a company called Slipstream SCA. Someone answered.
It can't be true. They don't work here anymore. They've been gone for years. Are you sure it was Slipstream SCA? Was it a woman? Maybe it was Plaisance from the bookstore.
She said she was from Tricentennial Electrics.
Tricentennial Electrics? It used to be a major electric company 100 years ago. Are you sure it wasn't just some kids playing a prank on you?
No, it was something else. It was eerie. It was too real to be just a prank. Either we're dealing with a professional actress, or...
No, something else, something eerie.
Pranks can be eerie. The kids these days. We were just one of them, and now they're terrorizing us. No solidarity.
Actually, Slipstream SCA mystery might be a recording. I called again and got the same message.
Why would Slipstream SCA have a 100-year-old recording as their doorbell message? Doesn't make any sense. I'm still convinced it was nothing more than some elaborate prank.
My money is on electrical anomaly. I've heard of these, especially in an old building like this.
Sure, I'm listening.
On a strange machine.
Fortress Accident, the radio game studio.
She liked them.
They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then. Once, I even saw two of them get into fisticuffs over Whirl.
That's understandable. Fantasies are serious things. The mind is the drawing board of history.
They certainly took their work very seriously, even if they seem to be chronically liberal with their schedules.
What do you mean liberal? What happened?
The usual. They ran out of money and couldn't get the project done on time.
What went wrong?
Well, I did hear them talking at times. They seem to believe they were historical individuals with some grand past.
Okay.
She sounds almost mocking when she says that.
What I've seen so far, the project did look quite impressive.
Yes, but when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. You know, how the markets are rigged to keep out new businesses and so on. In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce something truly historic and to show up to work on time.
She's right. Showing up to work on time is important.
It's too bad. That would have supported them. The project looked great.
Not the wisest decision. You would have lost all your savings.
The result is 1 on a 20-sided die. The dice is black and filled with little silvery flakes, like snowfall.
Anything else?
There's terrifying taxidermied bear in the
Oh
cellar.
boy, the fabled Revachol ICT. You're in for a treat here. The place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing. The bear was one of them. Now ask me about their other ideas.
Indeed. What were the other ideas?
There was really just one, and it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them 20 cents per hour to man the booth. And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could maim you if you ever dared to disturb their bored magazine browsing.
Sounds like she really didn't like those girls.
I know a girl just like that. She works at the Freet and is a cashier, and she's not particularly friendly.
Employing silky teenage girls is a widespread practice, yes. Unfortunately, they always come in packs. I'm talking about acne-ridden girlfriends and gorilla-like boyfriends loitering near the shop. At least that's what happened with Ravachol ICT. And they already had the bear.
What about the bear?
The bear. Of course not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator. To make matters worse, the fridge didn't work too well either, and half the ice cream came out malformed and partially melted. Eventually, Ravachol ICT lost the price war to its rival, Glacé 5000. Glacé 5000 sold caramel sundaes for only 5 cents a piece, out of regular fridges.
Sure, the bear was doing its best.
Maybe, because the taxidermist who made that bear definitely wasn't. Doing his best, I mean.
How come?
He said that the bear was his vision beast. He said he met his vision beast while high on desiccants. Called it Megatherion.
Oh, really?
Sounds cool.
Megatherion?
Megatherion, a mega wild beast.
What is a mega wild beast?
It's an imaginary beast that guides you through life.
To Megatherion, isn't that Aleister Crowley? Are we talking about Crowley here?
By telling you to do more drugs, mostly.
We're talking about Crowley.
The horrific necktie tightens around your neck, strangely excited. But it doesn't feel particularly fun this time around.
Not now, you beast.
What?
Do you ever feel like your vision beast is trying to blackmail the fun out of you?
No, officer. I don't have a vision beast. Normal people don't have vision beasts. Only drug-addled madmen like the taxidermists do.
What about horrific neckties? Do people have horrific neckties?
Neckties? I guess they do sometimes, officer. but I don't understand how it's relevant to our discussion. Anyway, now you know the story of the fallen ice cream empire.
Little sparkling embers under the window.
Anything else? Another failed business, perhaps? I've been here for a long time.
More questions about the
I'm
intercom.
pretty sure it still doesn't. Sure, I'm least good. I hope it clarified things a bit. What else?
Questions about the
I'm
building?
listening.
Nope.
Good.
Do you know about the man who is lynched behind the whirling in rags?
Nothing really. I didn't know him.
The lieutenant looks at his notebook, then the woman under the large window.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window.
What do you mean by the daily ruckus?
Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard. During daytime, there are usually those kids. And lately, I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike.
She's heard of the murder, but did not see it, sire. She's not sorry to disappoint you. Informing on someone in a murder investigation would intrude upon her focused existence.
But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid.
Pale light? Pale? Do you work Sunday nights?
It's an odd profession, making dice for people. But I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
And you never took your eyes off the work to look out the window?
I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness.
It's light here, but dark in the yard at night.
It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone.
See, thank
She
you.
nods.
Anything else, officer?
Mazovian Socioeconomics. 0.000% of communism has been built. Evil child-murdering billionaires still rule the world with a shit-eating grin. All he has managed to do is make himself sad. He is starting to suspect Krasmazov fucked him over personally with his socio-economic theory. It has, however, made him into a very smart boy with something like a university degree in truth. Instead of building communism, he now builds a precise model of this grotesque, duplicitous world.
What? -1 visual calculus, -1 authority? Okay, well, I don't know if we'll keep these. We don't have any skill points to get rid of anything. Art Cop, Superstar. Superstar doesn't take too long, but it's going to cost some serious skill points. Alright. We can... There's shivers that we can do, huh? I think I can get some shivers going. That might be it, huh? Do I have any shiver minuses? I mean, let's try.
It's you again. Are you looking for a
Low. I don't have any points, huh? The shivers is 4. You know what time it is, gamers? More save files. Nothing matters.
Oh, it's you again.
What is this?
Are you looking for a
17%?
die?
That is almost a 1 in 5 chance.
You feel nothing. If anything, it's uncomfortably warm in here.
Excuse me, what are you doing?
Officer,
Okay. I got a laugh out of me.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
We've got to have everything possible. How do you get your shivers on? Take some clothes off. Does that really work?
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for...
You feel
I guess you could come back here when Kim's not around. That's weird.
Oh, it's you again. Are you...
a gust of cold air sweeps through the chimney. The stones and minerals on the shelves rattle as though agitated. For a moment, it almost feels as though you're outside the building, exposed to the atmosphere.
Oh. Niha. How do I know her name?
Didn't we already talk about this?
It's because you're not in the same building as the others. This is technically the commercial area.
What are you talking about? My address is exactly the same. Rue de Saint-Guelain 10.
No, the old coal plant that used to be here was subsumed into the new venture. Its ruins swallowed up. Yet it has a different address in the heart of the city.
No, this used to be a coal plant. You're in the chimney of another building.
This doesn't make any sense. Are you saying my business was spared because of a technicality? Where is this coming from?
Let's say I have my own methods, unusual methods.
And what? Does it mean that I'm safe from failure?
Don't let her become complacent. She still needs to ward her soul against the evil forces.
Actually, it's only your workshop that's protected. You still need to do something to defend your person.
She starts laughing, her fingers trying to rub away the exhaustion from her face.
What?
Do you know what this is?
Lucky Charm, a Summoning's Ward.
It's a mourning ring. I made this when my first company failed. It was a small jewelry shop right here in the East Delta Commerce Center, built with the little I inherited from my parents. I drove it into the ground within a year. I didn't have what you would call a viable business plan.
Why are you telling me this?
It wasn't just the jewelry shop either. I always thought that it was just the world, you were supposed to try again and again until you finally succeed. And now you're telling me what? That it was all because I didn't run my little shops and ventures from a dump inside an abandoned chimney?
Don't call it a dump. You made it nice and cozy in here.
Yeah. Or maybe it's the entire world that's cursed. It's such a precarious place. Nothing ever works out the way you want it. That's why people like role-playing games. You can be whoever you want to be, you can try again. Still, there is something inherently violent even about dice rolls. It's like every time you cast a die, something disappears. Some alternative ending, or an entirely different world. But anyway, thanks for sharing your theories, officer.
The precarious world. All red checks fail? Well, that's going to be my next one. Maybe before I go to sleep. Actually, that's not a good idea. Maybe just like read some books. Where does this lead to? Oh. The bear, huh? Oh wait, I do want to go up here. We're gonna try something.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering, casting the framework in a soft glow. Fluorescent play and print keys show it's empty, like the filament you have would fit perfectly inside the compartment. Your flashlight slides up. Some of the writing has faded with age. This old fireplace, a diagram for summoning some time. The whole thing resembles Kadran mosaic tiles. Varied percent history classes. History classes, history class, history class, history classes.
Sorry, I got sucked into history classes there. I'm looking for a pry bar. Adequate strength. Poor animals. No rest for their bodies after death. Smells like leather and sweat. Okay.
What have you found? And also, do buy the books. There may be teachings in them.
I've talked to the entity you told me about. Her name is Neha, and she's a novelty dice maker.
A novelty dice maker? Well, spit it out. Why does she need the dice? For some kind of sorcery? Sometimes they use the ankle bones of sheep.
Oh ma'am, I felt her aura. She's not the one to blame for this curse.
I don't understand. If it's not her, then where is the source of the doom? How did she explain the curse?
The narrative she's built herself, it does need tearing down. Just don't say you don't have any answer yet. The uncertainty is killing her. To hell with it. Perchance you ought to just lie, sire. You've come this far, you know how to end it. There is an entity behind the entity.
There's another entity, perhaps more malignant, pulling the strings in Martinez. Perhaps in my travels I'll cross paths with it.
A third order presence, yes.
A great dark relief washes over her.
I've heard of these triactors. In certain occult literature, that's too dark to dwell on for too long, and definitely not in public. I understand everything, sir. Thank you for your descending into the maelstrom. I will keep fort up here, strengthen the wards, do my best. And if you happen upon the third entity in your travels, may the Lord be with you.
Well, this has been absolutely educational. If we happen on the third presence...
Yes, the venture continues.
Should we get out of here before the vortex collapses?
Kim's loving it. Kim's loving it. We're making all kinds of progress. have to find a brush. Call in the victim's armor. Talk to Joyce with the get the hangman's boots. Talked about so many things, I don't even remember which ones I was going to do. Call Alice. That was from yesterday.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheating.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Sorry, sir. I still haven't heard back from the database people. Try calling again later. Is there anything else I can do for you?
I need to report a dead body in Martinez Boardwalk.
One moment. Can you please describe the body? Age, sex, cause of death?
Unidentified middle-aged man.
He might have been inebriated when he fell.
Oh, should I have called my...
All around him.
I'm not going to call my precinct and call it in.
Any signs of violence?
Someone might have pushed him. Seems like it was an accident.
No field autopsy necessary.
You can hear her quickly typing in the background.
What about his belongings? Did you examine his clothes?
On the library card.
Any information on the library card?
I've examined it.
You can hear her sigh.
Do you and Lieutenant Kitsuragi want to take the case, or should I assign it to someone else? I have assigned the case to Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi. Please follow up on this library lead. That's all for now. Thank you for reporting in. Is there anything else I can do for you? 57th, over.
In the cabin, you see...
Oh, we didn't even look at the library card yet? Oh, come on. What the heck?
The library card is folded into two and still slightly wet to the touch. The front side reads, Central Jamrock Public Library Card, issued to Billy Mejean, expires July 53. Billy is a unisex name. Could be the deceased, or his family member. Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written in blue pencil. Radio thriller. Stand a little less between me and the sun. The last one in the list is The Glinton Curve by M. Theobald. A library stamp indicates that the book has been returned. Most of these titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre. Some thrillers too.
Look at the backside.
If lost, please return the card to the library. Dial 005 02 55211 or visit us at Moreau Street, 78, Jamrock. Business hours.
Good. We should give them a call from my kinema. See if we can learn anything about Billy Mejean.
There's no way to listen to the tape, but even just holding the tape.
Yeah.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? I'm afraid they're closed. It says here that the library is open.
We should try again during business hours.
Anything else, Detective?
Dag nabbit. Sylvia again? Do I call the 41st? Probably should.
Just a moment.
10-4, come in, officer. Over.
I report I found my badge, Jules.
10-4, sir, glad to hear that. I'll write down that there is no need to issue a new one to you then. Over. Roger that, 10-10, over and out.
Okay. Few things solved. The woman's gone. Suspicious. Okay. Now I'm gonna run around in circles to figure out what to do with my life. I have to find...
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Found my badge, by the way.
I love you did. Pleased to meet you, Lieutenant W. Frater Dubois. I am glad to see a man of high qualification. The situation is precarious. What can I help you with, Lieutenant Frater?
How about you share your information on the lynching, now that you've seen his badge?
The goalposts have moved, Lieutenant. In the absence of the badge, I have informed my employer there will be a probe. I cannot rescind that promise. To my knowledge, the drivers are still at the roundabout. I will tell you everything I know when you've finished with them. My plan is to share information. The only way to do that now is by telling my employers you've kept your end, which I hope you will, because let me tell you, we are in dire waters.
Meaning, the information she has will raise the stakes in this game.
The sooner the probe is finished, the sooner I can share crucial information with you. Now, is there anything I can do for you in the meanwhile? Tea, perhaps? This reality...
Yes, reality and experimental side case.
How truly curious. A sort of philosopher detective.
Are they now?
A deep synthesis. I'll assist you however I can then. Go ahead. Ask.
All right, we're in. I know these all look good, but begin with the first, okay?
We're in Martinez, baby. A casual term of endearment popular among the 50-plus crowd. It's a disco holdover, pay it no heed. Aren't we all?
She refers to your corresponding ages.
Martinez is a district of Revachol. A very small district tucked away near the industrial harbour. North of the 881 and Jamrock. You would be excused for not knowing about it. Unimportant, they say. Forgotten even. Shelled to smithereens during the Revolution. It has its charms, just not this time of year. I'm not a good ambassador. I've only been here once before, as a teenager. Not a lot has changed. There are ruins, a terminal, fishing boats, reeds, boys with boxy shoulders.
A brief spike of longing in her upright body. The dots under her eyelids shake.
As I told you, Martinez used to be a province, a workers' resort before the city swallowed it and the artillery did its part. Now the reeds are the real star of the show here. The further down the coast, the wilder it gets. Yes, I was slumming it with some girlfriends of mine. We had boats and... Don't hold it against me. The boys certainly did not. It's not really a sea, it's the Bay of Revachol.
Gotta read these aloud. Sorry, just silent here. Zoned in. No one's in the chat. No one's in the chat, so I'm not talking. Makes for a bad YouTube video. Are we near the ocean?
Yes. We're on an island in an ocean. The world's largest body of water. The Insulindic.
The world's largest body of water.
Known to the early Revacholians as Les Immensités Bleues, the blue immensities. Vast, lukewarm and unknowable, flowing in and out of sight.
Caillou, as you already know. Imagine a pebble. A smoothed over pebble amidst a great blue sea, misshapen, cracked. The cracks are the River Esperance. We're in the delta of this river, on the 6th branch, the Martinez distributary.
It is clear this pebble is of enormous value to her and to humanity at large.
Tell me about another, perhaps even more fundamental aspect of reality.
I would be happy to. What? We're in Martinez. Martinez is a district. You would be excused for
okay,
not
that's Revachol. What's Revachol?
Revachol is what you call a city.
What kind of city is Revachol?
The great kind.
As if it's self-explanatory, beyond patriotism, a fact.
What makes Revachol great?
History detective. They built this city to resolve history. Our part in it, at least. Our centuries.
Who built the
The
city?
nations of the Occident, or migrant workers from Seminine and Ile Marat, depending on your creed.
When was Revachol built?
In the DeLorean century. 380 years ago.
And why will it resolve history?
They say it's where the terrible questions of our time will be answered. The tensions are highest, the fault lines deepest. By that I mean conflicts. Ideological conflicts. The stuff of men. We are standing.
Why here?
Self-sufficient island, able to sustain up to 200 million people. In the middle of the Insulindic Ocean. The world's connective tissue. It's where the money is.
So we're pretty much at the center of the world?
Speak for yourself, officer. I'm well known in certain parts. As to the place, you're right. We are.
A collection of tall ghosts behind the water vapor, light reflecting off their glass windows.
22 kilometers from the center of the world. That soldering iron is the bank of the world building. The bottom floors are Insiacom. Coalition government, Insulindian Mission Command.
Silence. She lowers her hand. The water, the light. It's as though you're seeing it for the first time. There is no recognition, only the immensity of the sea and the cold radiating from it.
Where are we?
We are where we are. I have no truer answer to give, unfortunately.
This is one thought you need to complete. Where are you?
Was there something else you wanted to know? I remember something about a lowdown.
This has been informative. Thank you, ma'am. I'm sure my memory-impaired partner has... Might I suggest not asking them all right now? Ma'am, Messier will be here later too, and tomorrow. Isn't that true, ma'am?
Absolutely. My commitment here is long-term.
Right, Lieutenant, I'll continue later.
Better not to eat all your candy at once.
Indeed. I'm always at your service.
6 kilometers southwest, in the Valley of Dogs, Junior Officer Chad Tilbrook takes aim at a rabid black dog licking its wounds in the grass. To his left, his partner, Emil Mullins, whispers, "You heard what happened to Tequila Sunset in Martinez?" "Yes, he lost his mind," Tilbrook answers, fingers on the trigger. "Don't worry, Emil." He pulls it out slowly. Slowly now. He'll find it again. We always do.
What am I?
You? You're an officer of the RCM.
The Revachol Citizens Militia.
Preciso Mundo.
Good. And what is a Revachol Citizens Militia?
Nothing more nor less than the de facto law enforcement body of post-revolutionary Revachol, detective.
Yes, we are the Revachol Citizens Militia.
He's being sarcastic.
You said de facto?
Yes. That means not de jure. The RCM acts in what is poetically called the twilight of international law, both at the behest of the coalition government and to its chagrin.
What do you mean?
The RCM's responsibilities are defined by the Emergency, Wayfarer and Aliments Acts, 3 pieces of legislation keeping the city in a, let's be honest, laissez-faire stasis to the benefit of foreign capital.
All 3 are good to know when we are out policing.
A lackey of the capital? A thrall to foreign interests?
There's nothing basic about your role, Detective. It's true that the RCM keeps everything the way our seemingly permanent provisional rulers like it. Yet, on the other hand, I know these people. I deal with them daily. Let me tell you, dear, they are not fans of you.
Why?
The post-revolutionary decade was a disaster for the coalition.
Why?
Revachol in the 20s was hell, especially on the west side of the river. Gang warfare, a botched privatization scheme, a nuclear pile meltdown. They called it the international zone because no nation wanted to claim responsibility. The RCM restored peace where the coalition failed. A true blue citizens' initiative. They will never forgive you.
That's somewhat of an exaggeration. In reality, ours is a mutually beneficial arrangement. Revacholians get to keep the peace in Revachol, and the coalition doesn't have to worry about it. Anyway, sorry to intrude. Please continue.
Yes, Lieutenant. Permit me to conclude with this. Who you are, to me, is the police. The only legitimate law enforcement authority in Revachol. And if those authorities drink so hard they need help recalling the basic terms of reality, well, nothing more.
Yes.
He's being sarcastic.
We are.
Yes, that means, permit me, and if those authorities drink so hard they need help recalling the basic terms of reality, well,
Conceptualization impossible. So you roll 2 6-sided die, which the result will be at most 12. And I get +2. So 12 plus 2 is 14. At most, I'll get a 14 on this, and I need a 20.
Glad to have been of assistance.
Okay. I'm probably going to be ending the stream here. Just ending the video. Who put clothes in the trash? Get the hanged man's boots. Victim's tattoos who called the police to report the crime. Who has unauthorized access to the Whirling's trash? I know.
Master Investigator. You just can't keep yourself away from locked and hidden places, can you?
It's my duty as a cop to investigate every square inch of this world.
Attaboy, the world's secrets were made for you. They wait patiently for you.
The Jamrock Shuffle. So no one lives there?
A plaster cast bust. Honestly, he does kind of look like you after all.
Give me a moment.
Gotta get a big brush, huh?
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Can I not fast travel because I'm up here? That's hilarious. Good on you, game. I can't while I'm over here. See, there's more to this place. Look at this. There's this stuff here. Whatever that is over there. Why can I not fast travel? What are you doing to me? Plastic wrapped macaronis shaped with humanitarian aid. Humanitarian aid, tuna fish. Speakers from the people of Samara. Oh, I gotta buy them glasses, huh? Can I travel from here? Hello? How do I travel? Alright, we'll Jamrock Shuffle our asses there. There's definitely still more to do. One is crowded by the 4-story buildings around this yard. Later, Kim. You figure it out. Good talking to you. Kim's catching up. Got Idiot Doom Spiral over here. Washing Mom. Okay, this is the church, huh? Right? Run to it. Run to it. Boardwalk rises to your south. It casts a long shadow over you. I guess I could have my bag out. My bag. Cigarette butts cleaned away under the rock. Someone's made campfire a long time ago. Rusted broken control box for the radio relay tower. Ladder's too rusty to climb. Scented scarf, +1 shivers. Tiny inlets there, off the distance where the posts trail towards. Alright, let's check out the other spooker. Oh wait, we're supposed to walk here.
The mother of humanism stands up. A machine stands in the corner. The lieutenant doesn't say anything, but you can sense that he doesn't like you meddling with the machine. You see fluorescent play and print buttons on the keyboard. A hatch connected to the central compartment is wide open. The lieutenant says nothing. You see the machine's glowing frame reflected back from his diamond-shaped glasses. You're free to proceed. Behind the hatch sits a cube-like crisscross of filaments, smoldering in the dark like fireflies. Silver tape on the side says, in black marker, log, February to March. Another filament memory. Press play to talk with the repeater.
I'm going to save the game and pick that up next time.